we're going to go over whether or not you should install a shower niche on an exterior wall. And maybe you're here because your contractor said, no how, no way, we're not installing one there. So we're going to go over the backstory as well as some options that may be available to you. Essentially, the premise is you're going to cut a hole into your exterior insulation. So if you have 2x4 construction, this shower niche that you want to install is taking all of the insulation in that one part of the wall. Depending on where you live, that may or may not be an issue. If you're in sunny San Diego, or you're living the dream in Hawaii, where the temperatures really only fluctuate a few degrees year-round. So it's not that big of a difference. You won't feel a huge temperature differential in those environments. And you can even go a step further and say you live in the Phoenix metro area where it's going to get really hot, but that evaporative cooling when you're in the shower, it's the reason why we are in pools all summer long. You're not going to have that big of a deal when it's hot outside. The difference is when it's cold. And if you're in Maine in the middle of wintertime, that radiant cold that's just going to feel like a draft, when you're trying to take a shower, that's going to be a really tough comfort issue that your contractor may be looking out for you saying, look, from a performance point of view, that's not an option that you want. It may look nice, but comfort-wise, you may not want that at all. So for those of us that have 2x4 construction, that's the main issue, is comfort. If you have 2x6 construction, you might be in luck because you can put 2 inches of insulation, you will continue the insulation, and it won't be as noticeable. And for those of us that have done more than a few projects, if this is a remodel versus a new build where you might already be planning that in place, if this is a remodel, you never know what's going to be behind the wall. So even if you are saying, I want it to be right here, you open it up and you find out, hey, that's not what this looks like at all. There could be a stack, there could be perhaps any kind of mechanics happening here. And you would be disappointed when you say, look, it's not, I don't necessarily want to deal with rearranging the working pieces behind this wall. It might not be an option. But at the same time, all is not lost, and instead you could build another kind of faux wall on top, so you would be able to maintain, keep the insulation behind the wall, and build either a 2x2 wall or a 2x4 wall, so that you can create a wall just entirely for this shower niche. It really depends on if you have the floor space to do that. If your space isn't wide enough and creating that extra wall is going to take away too much, you might be out of luck there as well. But there are still some options, and if you are able to create this wall, you can do some really neat stuff with the shower niche, and you can create these longer ones with absolutely no consequences to the framing that's holding up your roof. Or you could come up with an entire ledge. So the sky's the limit when it comes to creating it if you have enough space, and if you don't, it might not be the answer you want, but from a performance standpoint, it might be a better option to go with shelves or something else. I hope that this helps explain some of why you may or may not want a shower niche on an exterior wall. And if you like the information, please go ahead and hit subscribe to support more videos like this. And if you've gone through this experience yourself, please share in the comments below so we can all learn from our shared experiences. Thanks for watching.